morning's climb is dedicated to firefighter Robert King Jr. out of Manhattan's Bowery Boys on engine 33, housed with ladder 9. This climb is dedicated to his wife Teresa and his children Stephen, Elizabeth, and Thomas, along with the Bowery Boys there at Lower Manhattan. This 110 floors is to give honor and respect to our brother that made the ultimate sacrifice so that others could live. A 9-year veteran with the FDNY met his wife Teresa when they were 19. Got married in 1992 when I was a freshman in high school. We cannot forget the sacrifice made. Their story will be told, as with all, in the 343 commitment, and still counting. And right now, taking Brother Robert King to the 110th floor. The second climb of this tour, we're going vertical. And here we go on the first vertical. So Brother Robert King, firefighter with engine 33, housed with ladder 9 Bowery Boys out of Lower Manhattan, was married to Teresa for 9 years before responding on 9/11 to the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil, to which he was part of the greatest rescue effort in U.S. history. It was said that Brother Robert had $1 million smile. He would grin, and you would know that everything was going good in his life. It was said that he was very artistic in his woodwork, and he built a table there at 33s to which 25 guys were able to sit at. It said before 9/11 there was a tablecloth. After 9/11 it was taken off to allow his masterpiece to be seen. He also created bunk beds and other furniture for his children, Thomas, Stephen, and Elizabeth, and he was known to have been working in his wood shop to be making toy trucks or bird cages for his mother, Audrey. He was the type of person that would stop on a dime if you needed help, to help change a tire or help you out of a situation. We cannot forget the sacrifices made in order that others would live. This is his 110, carrying him all the way to the top. For our brother, he had a pretty good nickname. Like I said, he had $1 million smile. So his nickname was actually Smiling Bobby King. So this is for Smiling Bobby King, for his wife Teresa and children Thomas, Elizabeth, and Stephen. He will not be forgotten. His legacy will carry forward. So outside of the woodwork, it was said that it was a cooperative family unit. He and his wife Teresa cooked together, to which he had a specialty of lemon chicken, and working in the herb garden in the backyard, to taking care of the kids together. Everything was done together. 9 years on the job, providing protection to the citizens of New York in the fire service. Our brother will never be forgotten. For brother firefighter Robert King Jr., Smiling Bobby King, out of the Bowery Boys, into 33, housed at Ladder 9, out of Lower Manhattan. This is his 110, completing his footsteps, carrying him to the top. Thanks, Chris. So this is given with honor and respect, carrying him 110. So his wife Teresa and children, Stephen, Thomas, and Elizabeth, will know that their father and husband will never be forgotten. His artistry and woodwork will not be forgotten. From the table he made for 33s, he will not be forgotten. His story and his legacy will carry on and on and on. This is why we climb, to never forget, to always remember that right now, this is our brother going vertical, being carried with me, symbolically, 110 floors. Bowery Boys are going vertical again. I believe this is the third brother from the Bowery Boys that are going to the top. So this is 110 floors for firefighter Robert King Jr., Smiling Bobby King, off of engine 33, housed there with Ladder 9, Lower Manhattan's Bowery Boys. Also, I guess they call it Bowery U at the station. This climb is given 110 floors in honor and remembrance of the sacrifices made on 9/11/2001 and the greatest rescue effort, and additionally the recovery effort, hours, days, weeks, months, years later, to which the end still counting, will have their memorial climbs upon the completion of the initial 343. Their recovery efforts, in order to bring resolve to the families in the FDNY and to our nation, will not be forgotten. They will go up 110 floors in their own memorial climbs. We cannot forget about the rescue and recovery efforts on 9/11/2001. So this right now is for Robert King Jr., Bowery Boys, engine 33, going to the 110th, finishing his footsteps all the way to the top. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. The journey started August of 2016. A journey to carry each of the 343 brothers 110 floors to the symbolic top of the tower. Each one carried 110 floors with me while their story goes out, because each brother has a legacy, has a story to be told. And right now, this story and this legacy belongs to brother Robert King Jr., Bowery U, Engine 33, house of Ladder 9, out of Lower Manhattan. And right now he's going vertical with honor and respect. So his wife, Teresa, knows that your husband will never be forgotten. So his kids, Thomas, Elizabeth, and Stephen, know that your father and his sacrifice made will never be forgotten. His story will be told for years to come. That is the purpose of why we climb, to keep our brothers alive so they are never forgotten. And right now, this climb is taking another Bowery boy to the 110th floor. For Robert King, with the $1 million smile and an artistry and woodworking, he will not be forgotten. From the cabinets to the bunk beds to the table he made for 33 House, his artistry will live on. His legacy will live on within his family and beyond. We will not forget the sacrifices made so that others could live. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110 floors for smiling Bobby King, our brother who had the $1 million smile. Who was there to help anybody at a moment's notice, as quick as changing a tire. There for his kids and his family. Was known for his lemon chicken when he cooked with his wife Teresa, to taking care of the herb garden in the backyard, to caring for their children. Loved when he was at the firehouse. Loved when he had his time with his family. This is 110 floors to finish his footsteps, to take him all the way to the top of the symbolic tower, the 110th floor, where the other guys are waiting. The other brothers who've been carried up already are sitting there waiting for brother Bobby King Jr. to finish his climb. From what I looked at, I believe Robert King Jr. is now the third brother from Bowery Boys that's going vertical. Only a few more and 33 engine will be accounted for. All will be accounted for within the 343 and still counting. The initial climbs, over halfway done. Once complete, The and still counting memorial climbs will commence. The and still counting climbs will focus on those who got 9/11 illnesses and cancers due to working the recovery effort, trying to bring resolve. They will go up on their own once the initial 343 are up. They will not be forgotten, nor will their efforts be forgotten. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110 stories for Robert King Jr. Bowery boys, Engine 33, housed with ladder 9. They're in Lower Manhattan. Another brother from the FDNY, heading vertical. So right now it's for brother Bobby King. Smiling Bobby King was his nickname, because the grin that he gave let you know that his life was great. He was married for 9 years to his wife Teresa, who they met when they were 19 years old. I was a freshman in high school when he started his career in the FDNY. 9 years on. When they got married in 92, 9 years together. We cannot forget the sacrifices made so that others would live. To his family, to his wife Teresa, your husband will never be forgotten. To his children, Thomas, Elizabeth, and Stephen, your father will never be forgotten. His legacy will live on and on. This is 110 floors given with honor and respect of the sacrifice made. Pulling him to the top right now. Second climb of the tour. Another brother going vertical. And right now it's Robert King Jr., Engine 33. $1 million smile and a master woodworker. This is his. 110 floors. Pushing them all the way to the top. Going vertical for our another brother. Right now for lovingly termed Smiling Bobby King. And now the mask is starting to fog up again. But we're dealing, we're good. This is for firefighter Robert King Jr. 110 floors. With honor and respect, we're going vertical. So at 19 minutes and 30 seconds, we're at the 73rd floor right now of 110. 2 more sets of verticals, a few floors, and this climb will be complete. Welcome from southern New Mexico, where it's nice and humid and warm. We might be expecting some rain today, so definitely feel the humidity. Usually we get that dry heat, so it's always fun to be on the climber with this kind of weather. And right now it's for Smiling Bobby King. Carrying him 110 floors to the top of the tower. Pushing him up, one step at a time, one brother closer to that next milestone. Going vertical, so we always remember and never forget the sacrifices made so that others could live. For Bowery, you, the Bowery boys, engine 33, ladder 9 there in lower Manhattan. This is your climb. Carrying another brother to that 110th floor. Gonna reach that vertical. Not stop until we get there. Pushing him up. And it's starting to get hot. We're dealing. We're good. Second day on tour. And right now, in the gym, where the 343 commitment was started, on the climber, for Robert King Jr., Bowery boys, engine 33, lower Manhattan, never forgotten. Pushing him up. Another brother heading to the 110th vertical. Another climb, soon to be complete. All right, so we finished the 6 out of 7 verticals for this climb for firefighter Robert King Jr. For his wife, Teresa, and his children, Stephen, Elizabeth, and Thomas. I promise you, you will not be forgotten. This is the purpose of why we climb. To always remember the sacrifices made so that others could live. And right now, he's heading to that vertical, to the 110th floor. I'll go ahead and turn the camera once we get to the 101st or 100th floor after this last vertical, and show you the progress. Right now we're at about just a little over 24 minutes into this climb for Smiling Bobby King, our brother from the FDNY, one of 342 others that made the ultimate sacrifice so others could live. Following that, the end's still counting. The recovery effort to which Ground Zero, working the pile to bring resolve to the families, the FDNY, and to our nation. We cannot forget all the sacrifices that were made so that others would live and bring in resolve. Right now, We're on the last vertical of 7 for firefighter Robert King Jr. Bowery boys, engine 33. They're in lower Manhattan. How's it? Ladder 9. Going vertical. Carrying him to the top. Now we're getting so close. Pushing him as we speak. Second climb of the tour. Almost there. 5 brother. Robert King Jr. He will never be forgotten. His legacy will live on for years to come. Pushing him, fogging up, but pushing him. Getting to that top, to the 110th floor. Now, progress report. Almost 27 minutes in. 101 floors. So now, we just got about 9 floors left, and this climb is complete for firefighter Robert King Jr. FDNY, engine 33, Bowery boys out of lower Manhattan. Files of ladder 9. One of 343 that made the ultimate sacrifice so that others could live. And we cannot forget, nor will we forget, the sacrifices made. Instead, we will keep his legacy alive as that of the rest of the brothers, and still counting. Pushing him up to the 110th floor. This climb is almost complete. Five more floors, and we see the top. Symbolic top of the towers, where the other brothers from engine 33 are sitting waiting. Going vertical for smiling Bobby King, for his wife Teresa and children Stephen, Elizabeth, and Thomas. His story and his legacy will live on. We're almost to that top. 3 more floors. And we're almost there. Going vertical right now for brother Robert King Jr. $1 million smile and a master wood craftsman. Made the table that sits in 33 house, along with ladder 9. Big enough for 25 brothers and sisters in the FDNY. His legacy will live on. It is our commitment to climb and always remember the sacrifices made on 9/11, 2001. And this 110 is now complete. Rest easy, brother. Well, you got it from here.